Where am I coming for Juneteenth this year? Can I get on the microphone though? See, the problem with the Juneteenth is Joe Biden colonized Juneteenth. Joe Biden colonized Juneteenth, and now everybody qualifies for federal funds. Everybody getting federal dollars for Juneteenth, and so they scared to let the real revolutionaries bless the microphone. I'm noticing Juneteenth is being watered down because y'all getting government money now. Where the grassroots, is there any city that has a grassroots Juneteenth? Is there any city that has a grassroots Juneteenth? Because I'm seeing the Juneteenth get multiculturalized. Half of the Juneteenths in America are now multiculturalized. Where are the grassroots Juneteenths at? Where are the grassroots Juneteenths? I want to come to a grassroots Juneteenth. Run by the people, not the government. I want a grassroots Juneteenth. Run by the people, not the government. Send me the flyer. I told you Joe Biden federalized Juneteenth in order to kill Juneteenth. James Harden, I need you on your game tonight. James Harden, I need you on your game tonight. James Harden, I need you on. Where is James Harden? James Harden, I need you on your game tonight. Okay. Can you explain why you said Juneteenth was killed? Yes, let me explain this. Juneteenth was the last all-black ritual we had to ourselves in this country. Juneteenth was the last all-black celebration we had to ourselves as American Africans. Juneteenth was the last all-black event that had not yet been polluted by the power structure. Chicken noodle soup calling once. Chicken noodle soup calling twice. Chicken noodle soup calling 3 times. But anyway, brothers and sisters, when Joe Biden made Juneteenth a federal holiday, he knew exactly what he was doing. When Joe Biden made Juneteenth a federal holiday, he knew exactly what he was doing. When Joe Biden made Juneteenth a federal holiday, he knew exactly what he was doing. When he federalized it, he multiculturalized it. When he federalized Juneteenth, he multiculturalized Juneteenth. When he federalized it, he multiculturalized it. This is the second year Juneteenth. This is the second year Juneteenth will be a federal holiday. It started in 2021, so you could technically say 2021 was the first one. You could say 2021 was the first one, 2022 was the second. This will be the third year that Juneteenth has been colonized by the federal government. It's not black no more. It's not black. Did you look at the Juneteenth pictures from last year? Have any of you looked at the Juneteenth pictures from around the country last year? Overflowing with white folks, overflowing. It looks like a multicultural event. It looks like a multicultural event. Juneteenth does not look like a black event in most cities anymore. It looks like a multicultural event. And you know, black people greedy for money. You know, black people greedy for money. You know, black people greedy for money. So they pay for the Juneteenth to make sure you don't discuss nothing relevant. The federal government is giving you federal dollars for Juneteenth to make sure nobody discusses anything relevant. So my question, who still has a grassroots Juneteenth funded by the black community with no white money? That's what I want to know. Who still has a grassroots Juneteenth celebration that isn't subsidized with white dollars? Who still has a grassroots Juneteenth that isn't subsidized by the government or corporate America? Oh yes, brothers and sisters. We don't have nothing sacred as a people. Joe Biden is delivering the Howard University 2023 commencement speech. Can I ask Howard University a question? Can I ask Howard University a question? Can I ask Howard University a question? Why did y'all choose Joe Biden to be the 2023 commencement speaker? I want to know why. I just need an answer. I need Howard University to explain to me why you chose President Joe Biden to be the commencement speaker for this year's graduation. I need somebody to give me some black reasoning. I need to understand, overstand, and understand why the most celebrated HBCU in America. I need somebody to help me understand, overstand, and understand. Can somebody help me understand, overstand, and understand why the most celebrated HBCU in America chose President Joe Biden as your commencement speaker this year? I want to know why. He has ignored black people. He has disrespected black people. He has dismissed black people. He has put the Asians over us. He put the rainbow gangers over us, the Native Americans over us, the Afghanis over us, the Ukrainians over us. Everybody is more important to the Biden administration than black people. Let me guess, Kamala Harris did this as a favor to her alma mater. Let me guess, Kamala Harris set this up as a favor to her alma mater because after all, she is a Howard grad. Let me guess, Kamala Harris set this up as a favor to her alma mater. What is he going to tell black youth as one of the most neglectful white presidents in American history, post-slavery? I know I wouldn't want no Joe Biden speech, not me. You know who should have been Howard University's commencement speaker? You know who should have been Howard University commencement speaker? You know who should have been Howard University's commencement speaker? You know who should have been? I should have been Howard University's commencement speaker. I should have been Howard University commencement speaker. That's right. I got the degrees. I got the credentials. I got the experience. I got the notoriety. I got the millions of supporters. I should have been Howard University. If there's any HBCU that needs a commencement speaker, if there's any HBCU that still needs a commencement speaker, if there's any HBCU that still needs a commencement speaker, I still got my doctoral robe in the closet. I still got my doctoral robe in the closet. I got my 3 master's robes in the closet. Which robe you want me to wear? I got 4 robes. I got my undergrad robe. I got 5 robes in the closet. Which robe do you want me to wear? Cheney University, do y'all have a commencement speaker? Lincoln University, do y'all have a commencement speaker? Maryland Eastern Shore, do y'all have a commencement speaker? Coppin State, do y'all have a Dell State, do y'all have a commencement? Bowie State, do you Virginia State, Hampton, South Carolina State, FAMU, do you have a commencement speaker? Because I would love to be commencement speaker at an HBCU. Chicago State, y'all need me? Tell them to hit me up. Y'all know the number. I'm not too pro-black. Commencement is commencement. That's about motivation. The commencement speech is a motivation speech. Any elementary schools need a graduation speaker? Any high schools need a graduation speaker? Any black middle schools need a graduation speaker? Hit the prints up. Last year, I keynoted a middle school in Paterson, New Jersey. Shout out to my Paterson, New Jersey Africans. Shout out to my Paterson. If you have an elementary school, middle school, high school, college, community college graduation, I love to do them speeches because they only 20 minutes long. And it forces me to really, reduce my remarks. See, the commencement speech, I have to be scientific because you only got 15 minutes. So you have to really be focused and organized. Commencement speeches bring out the best in me because I don't have 2 hours to go over everything. The commencement speeches bring out the best in me because I don't have 2 hours to go over everything. University of Liberia, commencement speech. I would love to do that, my brother. I would love to keynote the University of Liberia. University of Ghana, University of Nigeria, University of South Africa, University of Cape Town, University of Rwanda, University of Ethiopia, University of the Congo, of Botswana, University of Gambia. I want to be your commencement speaker. I want to be your commencement speaker. Add me on WhatsApp, International Africans. Add me on WhatsApp, International Africans. Add me on WhatsApp, International Africans, 215-989-9858. 215-989. No, I spoke at the Black Consciousness Conference. Was that Cal State Long Beach or University? The 2 times I spoke at the Black Consciousness Conference in Cal State Long Beach, it was the largest, most attended ones they ever had in their history. In their history. See, my haters call me arrogant, but y'all don't even know all the records I done broke. But when my autobiography come out, I'm listing all of my accomplishments, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. I'm going to Ethiopia at the request of the government. Oh, yes. I've been broke records all over the planet. Y'all better stop playing with me. Yasmin, who you calling a monkey, Yasmin? Do I got to block you, sister? Yeah, let me get rid of her. This is an African. Let's listen to the words of the most honorable Marcus Garvey. He said, the African, the black man, has not yet learned self-discipline. Garvey said we need discipline. He said, black people have not learned the fundamental principle of organization. Garvey said in 1934, we have not learned discipline as a race of people. Not in America, not in Africa, not in the Caribbean, not in South America, not in Canada, not in Europe, not in Asia. We need discipline. Garvey said we have not learned the fundamental principle of organization. He goes on to say, we profess fraternal relationship. And we seek to establish ourselves on the basis of love. Racial cooperation is what we need. Racial cooperation, says the greatest black leader of the 20th century. Garvey said, we do just the opposite. We do just the opposite. When we come together, and this is why our racial organizations are destroyed. Did y'all hear that? Garvey said we need racial cooperation. But when we come together, we don't cooperate. We fight with one another. Garvey said we need organization. He said the greatest weapon used against African people is disorganization. But when we come together, we want to fight each other. When we come together, we want to fight each other. Garvey says, it is a fact that the common experience of slavery destroyed the finer human qualities of our forefathers, and we inherited certain natural tendencies not calculated to fit us for genuine competition with other groups who have for centuries had the advantage of better natural aptitude. Our emancipation as a race came late in civilization that was already well organized. And so our disadvantage must be considered grave in fitting ourselves comparatively to doing what the best methods and systems have proved worthy and successful. Garvey says the white man has not entirely eliminated certain faults that created a jar in his own society, but he has to a great extent reached a higher standard than the black man because he is organized. We need to get organized. Marcus Garvey was a decoy to lead Native Americans. I'm not a Native American. Let me get you off here. There go another African. He thinks he's a Cherokee Indian. Here's what I want to say to my indigenous, Aboriginal, Native American Africans. All pretendians, listen to me. All pretendians. If you are a fake Native American, I need you to listen to me really well. All pretendians, all Aboriginal, indigenous, I'm not from Africa, American Negroes. Listen to me really well. I need you to listen to me. All pretendians, listen. When are you going to get some Native American resources for our people? Because all I keep hearing about is names and titles. Where are the resources? I'm challenging the pretendian community. I pretend to be Indian. I'm challenging the pretendian community. I pretend to be Indian. I'm challenging the pretendian community to get some Native American resources for our people. Can you please do that? Because all I'm hearing about is a whole bunch of words and titles and name changes. Where are the resources for the pretendian nation? My Cherokee coons, where are the resources? Because telling our people to call themselves Cherokee ain't fixed no problem in America yet. Telling our people to call themselves Pretendicoons ain't fix a single problem we have. Where are the institutions? Where are the resources? Where are the opportunities? Where I'm challenging the fake Cherokees, the fake Choctaws, the fake Seminoles. I'm challenging the Aboriginals, all of you Negroes using white people's words. All of you New Age Native Americans using white people words to describe yourself. Can you please produce some resources? What good is telling people they a Cherokee and you ain't got no damn jobs, you ain't got no schools, you ain't got no damn banks? What good is telling people they Choctaw? You can't stop no police brutality. You ain't got no medical services for nobody. Where is the damn resources for the pretendians? Where is the Aboriginal Native Black Medical Center? Where is the Indigenous Aboriginal University? Where is it? Where is the Pretendian Cherokee Employment Center? Where are you solving our people's problems with these damn labels? Where? Not one of these pretendians has any resources set up for our people. All they're giving them is a superficial name change. A superficial name change. That's it. If I'm wrong, can somebody tell me? If there is one pretendian community in America, can I please have a physical address? If there is a single pretendian community in the United States, can somebody give me a physical address? If I'm wrong, I will donate to the Pretendian Credit Union. Can somebody give me the physical address to the pseudo-Cherokee Nation? I need an address to the Pretendian Cherokee Nation, the Pretendian Choctaws. Where is your land? Where is your institutions? Where is your army? You're telling our people to stop being African and come be a pretendian, and you don't even have a damn hot dog. Can they get a hot sausage with some relish and sauerkraut from your ass? No, brothers and sisters, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm trying to read the word of the greatest Pan-Africanist of all time. I'm trying to help our people understand and overstand their African responsibilities. And we got Cherokees, we got fake Choctaws interrupting the live. We got fake Native Americans knowing damn well they got African blood in their body, talking about they ain't left nothing in Africa. Chinese geneticists have already admitted the original ancestor of China was an African. Chinese geneticists just admitted last year the original ancestor of China was African. The East Indian geneticists have already admitted the original ancestor of East India was an African. Our brothers and sisters in the South Pacific have already admitted the original ancestor of the islands of the South Pacific was an African. Our Australian ancestors have already admitted the original inhabitant of Australia was an African. This has been proven scientifically. This has been proven genetically. This has been proven anthropologically. In Mexico, the original ancestor of Mexico was an African from the continent. So can somebody help me understand? Can somebody help me understand? How is it everybody on earth of color, every people of color on the planet of earth, and y'all know I hate to use people of color. You know I hate to use people of color. You know I hate to use people of color. But brown people say their first ancestor was an African. Red people, their first ancestor was an African. Yellow people, their first ancestor was an African. But you mean to tell me the ones who look the most like the African, which is the American African, you look just like my Nigerian brothers and sisters. You look just like my Ghanaian brothers and sisters. You look just like my Congolese brothers and sisters, but yet you not from Africa. Lord have mercy. You know what we're going to do? We need some black geneticists. We got any black geneticists out there? We're going to shut all this shit down. Where are the black? We need to have a black geneticist conference so we can shut down all this delusional, utopian, self-hating rhetoric. We need some black geneticists out here so we can shut down all this delusional, utopian, ridiculous nonsense. But here's my thing. If you don't want to be black, that's your right. I don't want to claim nobody who don't want to be claimed. All I'm saying, if you're going to mislead my people into re-identifying themselves as something other than their original birthright, can you please get some resources? Can you open up a dollar store? Can you open up a tire repair shop for the pretendians? What are you going to do for them once they start calling themselves a pretendian? Do you have a hot dog stand? Do you sell water ice? Do you got some oranges and apples? Ninja? You damn intellectual masturbating pretendians. What do you have to offer our people? What do you have to offer our people? Can you make some damn hot dogs? Do you have a can of beans for the hungry homeless? This is what I want the pretendians to do. Go save all the homeless people. You want some pretendians? Go help all the black homeless people. Find them a house. There you go. They will all be a pretendian. Go and get the African homeless off the street and get them a house. There go your pretendians right there. You superficial identity Negroes. No services, no opportunities, no resources. And some of you black people are dumb enough. Some of you black people are dumb enough to think that by calling yourself a Native American, white people are going to treat you different. Some of you think if you walk into a bank and ask for a bank loan and they say, what's your race? You're going to put Native American. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to reject your application on the basis that you told a lie. Fabrication of information on the application. I want you to go for a job interview and I want you to put down Cherokee Nation where it says race. And your ass is not going to get the job for fabrication of information on the application. Go ahead. Go to McDonald's. Well, McDonald's might hire you too, but go to Walmart, go to Home Depot for a job. And I want you to put down, I am a Choctaw Indian, with your black ass Tell them you are a Choctaw. My grandmother, I'm a Choctaw. Put that on the job application, and you will not get hired for fabrication of information on the application. And you middle class pretendians, y'all really gonna get in trouble. You a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, and you gonna walk into a white firm and fill out a job application and tell them you're a Native American? They're gonna tell you you're psychotic. You're going to be diagnosed with a psychotic disorder, and they're going to take your ass to the emergency room at the hospital for psychiatric screening. Go ahead. Keep playing games with these white folks. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep listening to these damn YouTubian pretendians. Go ahead and see what happens to your life. Tell your kids to go to back to school night. When your kids go to the Black History program, tell them to stand up and tell all they white classmates and white teachers, I'm not from Africa. I was already here. I am a Native American. And then the white folks are going to say, which reservation are you associated with? And you're going to say, North Philly, South Central, Baltimore, DC, Atlanta. Woo! Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I can't take it, brothers and sisters. Listen, I love being an African. I can't believe 14 days, South Africa. I got to start packing. I can't wait to see. I ain't seen my South Africa family since 2016, y'all. Last time I did my national tour, South Africa, that's the same year Nate Parker came out with Birth of a Nation. October 2016, last time I've been in South Africa. October 2016. This is 2023, so it's been 7 long years. I ain't been to Africa in 4 years, so when I get off that airplane, I got to kiss the ground of my mother. When I get off that airplane, I got to kiss the ground because I've been away for 4 long years. I don't know what EFF been up to lately, but I support any freedom fighting organization. I want to meet with the leader of the ANC Youth. Who is the leader of the African National Congress Youth Wing? Who is the leader of the African National Congress Youth Wing? Who is the leader of the African National Congress Youth, the ANC Youth Wing? I want to meet with the EFF Youth Wing. They don't have to have a nappy head. They got to be natural hair. Some sisters don't have nappy hair like King Kong. Some sisters don't have natural hair. It might be fine. It might be curly. It might not be nappy, but it needs to be natural. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. All natural queens in the video. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. All natural queens. Y'all still worrying about Sister Sukihana, huh? Y'all still worrying about Sister Sukihana. We not thinking about that right now. We trying to organize, mobilize, energize. Well, if my brother Julius Malema is pro-rainbow, then we just going to have to agree to disagree on that. Okay, but we can still work together for the people. You know, we're going to have to agree to disagree on that. But we can still collaborate because we got to have hands across the Atlantic. We cannot let ocean water separate us from each other. Ocean water may be how we got here, but ocean water is not going to keep us here. Stop playing around. Tanzanian Africans. I used to date a sister who was Tanzanian. I should have wifed her. That was many, many years ago. I should have wifed her. That's one who got away. I had a couple queens who got away. That was many, 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 many years ago. Let me stop reminiscing. I prefer a real man of God. What is my take on the Biafra situation? My take on the Biafra situation in Nigeria, briefly, and we'll talk about this when I come to Nigeria, because I love the Yoruba. I practice Yoruba spirituality, and I love the Igbo family. I love the Hausa family. I love the Mandingo family. I love all the families of Nigeria. I love all African. My situation on the Biafra is real simple. I am not pro, I am not con, I have questions. My situation on the Biafra situation, I am not pro, I am not con, I have questions. My position on the Biafra situation, I am not pro, I am not con, I have questions. 3 questions for my Biafran Africans and the rest of the Nigerian family. Because I have Yoruba blood and I have Igbo blood in my body, and I'm not picking between either one. I have Yoruba blood and I have Igbo blood in my body. I'm not picking between either one. I have Igbo blood and I have Yoruba blood in my body. I'm not picking between either one. I'm going to Ile Ife and I'm going to Enugu State. Do you understand me? I'm going to Ile Ife and I'm going to Port Harcourt. Do you understand me? I'm not choosing between Africans. I'm not doing that. But 3 questions I have. I'm an Igbo man, I'm a Yoruba man, I'm a Hausa man, and I'm a Mandingo man. I said I'm an Igbo man, I'm a Yoruba man, I'm a Hausa man. Imo State, Ogun State, Lagos State, Enugu State, Port Harcourt State. I'm Nigerian in the blood. You understand? I'm Ghanaian. I got Cameroon. I got Togo and Benin blood. I'm West African. I'm Central African. I'm South African. I'm East African. I'm North African. Here's my questions for the Biafra situation. Here's my questions for the Biafra situation. And I love Nigerian food. Lord have mercy. I love Ghanaian food too. I had Congolese food in South Africa. To my Congolese Africans, I've never been to the Congo. But I had Congolese food in Cape Town. No, Durban. I ate at a Congolese restaurant in Durban. Some of the best food I ever had in my life. So I got to get to the Congo. I must get to the Congo. I had that Congolese food in Zululand. That food was off the hook. But let me say this. Biafra. My 3 questions for Biafra. Number 1. What foreign powers? Are there any foreign powers instigating the Biafra situation? I asked this question when I met with the Biafra brothers in Austria in Europe. When I was in Austria in Europe a couple years ago. When I was in Austria, birth city of Adolf Hitler. When I was in Austria, birth city of Adolf Hitler. Vienna, Austria, birth city of Adolf Hitler. I met with Nigerian Biafra brothers. I met with some Biafran activists in Vienna, Austria when I was in Europe a couple years ago. My question to my Biafran family, I'm not pro, I'm not against, I need questions answered. Are you being funded or influenced by any foreign entity? That's my first question. Are you being funded or influenced by any foreign entity? I have to know that. There must be transparency. There must be transparency. There must be transparency. That's number 1. Are there any foreign influences or financiers? Because the Biafra region is a very minerally rich region. The Biafra region is a minerally rich region of Nigeria. And I would hate for Biafran independence to come and we turn around and sell the resources of Biafra right back to the white colonizer. I would hate for us to get Biafran independence, turn around and sell the resources right back to the European colonizer. So what is the economic plan for Biafra? I need to see a plan. I am not pro. I am not anti. I need questions answered. I am not pro. I am not anti. I need questions answered. What is the economic blueprint for an independent Biafra? Another question, who will be the leaders of the Biafran nation once it comes to independence. Okay, democracy. But we know democracy is a hypocrisy. We know democracy is a falsocracy. We know nobody really gets voted in. The whole thing is a sham. So I need to know who will be the leaders of the Biafran nation. I'm not against it and I'm not for it. I need more information to make an informed opinion. Okay? But I will tell you what I'm not for. I'm going to tell you what I'm not for. And I'm talking to all my Nigerian African brothers and sisters. I'm talking to all my Nigerian African brothers and sisters. I'm talking to all my Nigerian African brothers and sisters. I don't ever want Nigeria to have another civil war. I don't ever want to see anything like that again. It hurts my heart to even mention it. It hurts my heart to even mention it. That Nigerian civil war, that Liberian civil war, that Congolese civil, we got to stop killing each other, y'all. We all we got. We all we got. We got to stop this. Too much post-traumatic stress. Too much post-traumatic colonization. You know what I want for Nigeria? I want healing for Nigeria. I want my Igbo family and my Yoruba family to sit down at the table as brothers and sisters and want for each other what they want for themselves. I want unity in Nigeria. That's what I want. I know Nigeria was carved out from great pre-existing African kingdoms. I know that. I know Nigeria was carved out from pre-existing African kingdoms. I know that. I know Nigeria was carved out from pre-existing African kingdoms. I understand. But does that mean we got to be against each other? Does that mean we got to fight with each other? Does that mean we got to mistrust each other? Don't you know those of us here in America come from different African kingdoms? Slavery brought us from different African kingdoms, but we were all mixed in together. And we had to learn to stand together as a single people. Why can't the Igbo and the Yoruba and the Hausa come together as one people in Nigeria now, y'all? Or are we going to keep on letting the white man, or are we going to keep letting the white man come into Nigeria and play the Igbo off the Yoruba? Because this is what he's doing. He plays the Igbo off the Yoruba. He played the Yoruba off the Hausa off the Igbo. Divide and conquer, separate and rule. I need Nigeria to stand up as one. One Nigeria. Hashtag one Nigeria. Hashtag one Nigeria. You don't have to give up your kingdom. You don't have to give up the history of the Igbo kingdom. You don't have to give up the history of the Yoruba. That's your kingdom. That's your kingdom. But there's something greater than your kingdom. There's something greater than your kingdom, my fellow Nigerians. And I'm saying fellow Nigerian because I got Igbo and Yoruba blood in me from the African slave trade. There's something bigger than being Igbo and something bigger than being Yoruba, and that's being an African. That's being an African. Put being black first. Until we put being black first, the white man will continue to rape and rob the resources of Africa. Nigeria must get together. Nigeria has to stand. One Africa, y'all. Nigeria is the most populated country in Africa. Nigeria is one of the most revolutionary countries. I've been all over the continent. One thing about Nigeria that sets Nigeria apart, not only the size, not only the natural resources, Not only the size, not only the natural resources, not only the largest population in Africa, but the other thing that sets Nigeria apart is the fearlessness of the Nigerian people. The Nigerian people are some of the most fearless Africans in the world. I've seen it firsthand. Nigeria is built different. In Nigeria, there is no fear of the Caucasian. I've seen it. Very few Nigerians fear the white man. When I was in Nigeria, I've seen the Nigerian check the white man. I've seen the Nigerian, they will check the white man. 20 years ago, when the European gas and oil companies was in Nigeria, and they didn't want to give our Nigerian brothers no jobs, when they didn't want to give our Nigerian brothers no jobs, they start bombing the oil tankers. The Nigerian brothers said, if we can't eat, nobody will eat. They start bombing the damn oil tankers and bombing the oil rigs. Nigerians are revolutionary. They are a revolutionary people. They don't bow. The Nigerians don't bow down. We need that fearlessness for the global African revolution. We don't need Nigerians fighting Nigerians. We don't need Africans killing Africans. We need unity. You ever heard of Igbo landing, Nigerian family? American Africans, have you ever heard of Igbo landing in Georgia? I want you to Google Igbo landing, I-G-B-O landing. Google Igbo landing. I want you to Google Igbo landing. A group of enslaved Igbo Africans. A group of enslaved Igbo Africans was brought to the South Sea Islands of Georgia, southern Georgia, not far from the northern Florida coast. And these enslaved Igbo Africans from the Igbo kingdom of what is now known as Nigeria, when the boat docked, when the boat that brought these ancestors from the Igbo Empire of what is now known as Nigeria, when the boat docked in Georgia, all of the enslaved Igbo Africans, they were taken off the ship. The slaver took them off the ship. And guess what they did? These fearless Igbo Africans, this is the blood of the Nigerian. They are fearless. They are revolutionary. They walked into the water. Man, woman, and child, they walked back into the water in chains. And they drowned themselves in the water off the coast of Georgia rather than be a slave. The Nigerians are a special people. They are a warrior people, and we need them to unite with each other instead of fighting with each other. We need the Nigerians to unite with each other instead of fighting with each other. We need the Igbo and the Yoruba to heal their ethnic divisions. If I can be a facilitator of the healing sessions, I would love to come to Nigeria and facilitate a conversation, a non-emotional conversation between Yoruba Africans and Igbo Africans and Hausa Africans. We don't need to bury the pain of the Civil War. We need to heal the pain of the Nigerian Civil War. I said, we don't need to bury the pain of the Nigerian Civil War. We need to heal the pain of the Nigerian Civil War. Let me, as a psychologist, let me come to Nigeria. Let's start having meetings. Equal number of Igbo, equal number of Yoruba, equal number of Hausa, equal numbers of the other kingdoms, because those are not the only three kingdoms in Nigeria. Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, those are not the only three kingdoms in Nigeria. Let everybody come to the table and say what they feel in respect. Say what they feel in respect. And let's talk about how to heal African people need global healing. We need a global African healing day. Everybody. We need a global African healing day, brothers and sisters. We need, too much blood is being shed. If we do not heal ourselves, we will never win against racism. If we don't heal the African soul, the collective African soul, if we don't heal the collective African soul, we will never defeat white supremacy. A house divided against itself cannot stand. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Nigeria can't be divided. Liberia can't be divided. The Congo can't be divided. South Africa can't be divided. Black America can't be divided, because a house divided cannot stand. I am because we are. All Africans must be free, or no Africans will be free. And that's why it is Pan-Africanism or perish. Pan-Africanism by any means necessary.